Hello there, and welcome to episode 17 of Ilum Radio. I'm your host, David Baird Menace. Yep. Ooh.
Ooh.
I am your host, David Baird Menace, and with me always is my good friend and cosplay extraordinaire,
Uh,
Millie. How you doing tonight, Millie?
oh my gosh, so many things non-Star Wars related happened this week that oh my god, I can't wrap my head around. First of all, like this is gonna be a little off topic right now, but like I can't stop thinking about it. The Lost Kingdom Hearts pilot has been released to YouTube, and I'm so excited about that. And I'm hoping that means that Disney will notice the fans' action, like positive reaction, and they'll make a Disney Plus series out of it. And semi-related to Star Wars, I really hope Andor shows up in Kingdom Hearts 4 as was teased in the KH4 trailer.
Ooh.
If you guys follow me on Twitter, you can see my Twitter header as like what looks exactly like Endor and an ATST foot. You look at my Twitter header, that's what it is. It's from the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, and I've been geeking out about that since April when that first dropped to YouTube, and yeah,
Nice.
that's why that's my Twitter header. So that's
Nice.
semi-related to Star Wars, which is why I wanted to bring that up. So, and the second thing this week was obviously the She-Hulk premiere, but that's not really related to Star Wars in any way, shape, or form. But
I
I was happy
mean,
that came out.
it's in the Disney,
In
like,
the Disney universe, it's in the
umbrella.
Disney umbrella. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's
But
kind of, sort
yeah,
of, but not really. But though,
again,
although,
there were Indiana Jones like Easter eggs in the other two episodes.
yeah, so,
Yeah. Who knows?
because undoubtedly we're going to see Star Wars references in most of the Marvel stuff. We have already, you know.
We have, yeah, of course, with the Ant-Man referencing Empire Strikes Back with Hoth, and
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing, and like Peter Parker like having the Lego Death Star and him holding Lego Palpatine in both Homecoming as well as the No Way Home thing, where it was like a callback to him and Ned's friendship, and
Mm-hmm.
that was really sad.
Yeah, yeah. So who knows? Maybe I would assume an animated series episode, we might see some Marvel callbacks. Maybe. Who knows? Or like something.
I mean, then again, in What If, people did say that they saw Mustafar as one of the like universes,
Really?
but they might be. Yeah, if you look up Star Wars or Star Wars Marvel What If
Mm-hmm.
on Google, you'll find pictures of Mustafar or what looks to be Mustafar.
Ooh.
That
Interesting.
would be a Google search for later. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
on your own time.
So, right now, as of this recording, the date is October 13th.
Day
Episode,
after.
the day after the premiere of episode 6 of Andor.
Indeed.
Um, okay, so, thoughts going into it, because when I was editing the last episode of our podcast, all I could think of was who's possibly going to die in this episode of Andor, and I kept on thinking about, because I got to like where you said about how, hey, the only ones that are on the poster from that group are Val and don't laugh.
But I was kind of right.
Yeah, we'll get to it. You were
Yeah, we'll get
you weren't
there.
kind of right. You were right, but
Yeah,
that's all I was
yeah.
thinking of. I'm like, God damn it! Like, I think this is really foreshadowing what kind of.
I have the poster in my room.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So it's starting up, and we're seeing like the previously on Andor stuff. How much anxiety and tension was building in you when we were watching like everything build up to this episode, like
I
watching
think
the
I was
previous
like
stuff.
that the entire episode. Like, I didn't know who was gonna die. Like, like exactly one of those heist films where like you don't know if the main and side characters will die or not, or like get out of there.
Like, I almost felt like I was watching Inglorious Bastards a little bit,
Yeah.
because like Especially in Glorious Bastards, when we're all like, I don't know if you remember, but like when they're in the bar, like the underground bar, the bar that's in the basement, and like, yeah, it felt like that the entire episode. Like, something bad is going to happen, but you don't know how bad it's going to happen.
I think it's a mix of a lot of those kind of films. I just can't like top of my head think of anything that's in particular that parallels those
Episodes.
Then again, it's been a day, so I'd have to actually look at Twitter more or the internet more and see what people think. It was intense.
And of course, spoilers, people, for stuff.
Of course, spoilers.
Spoilerific, obviously. We're reviewing this episode, so spoilerific. I honestly feel like it was worse watching it the second time, because
God,
I'm watching it the second time to write the notes for tonight, and like it's like, oh shit, they're really foreshadowing stuff hard. Like,
they did
real hard, especially the second time.
Especially with like some of those one-liners, like at the very beginning, where it's like, "Oh, sleep when it's all over," and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, like, yeah. So the episode starts with them like at the camp, day of, like they're having their breakfast and they're getting ready for like, what do we want to call it, the heist, the attack, like whatever, like.
It's a heist.
Yeah, it's definitely a heist, but they're
definitely a heist.
But ooh.
I don't know what else it would be.
And it's like Cassian and Nemec, or Karis, we'll call him Karis Nemec. Yeah, you're right. He's talking about how he couldn't sleep, he was anxious, whatever, and he looks nervous. The actor did, I think, a good job of portraying nervous before the big hit, before the big heist.
Oh my God! You know what Nemec reminded me of? The Ryan from Saving Private Ryan. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I was thinking of. Who I was thinking of when I was watching that, like.
The young idealist and like in this
war. The young idealist. Yeah, exactly.
Oof.
He is, the actor's actually in his 20s. That tracks. So.
God.
Oh my God. Jeez.
And it's
not about the character, but he's clearly the youngest of the group, and he was the reason later brought up later.
Yeah.
Later, he was the reason the whole group is like together, like was formed.
So like
it's like the reason the rebellion exists,
right?
Essentially,
or at least like that part of the like, okay, it's
early days of the rebellion.
So
it's like Mon Mothma isn't involved yet, and we all know her and Leia and Bail, I think, all decide to form an alliance, the Rebel Alliance. But like we see these characters way before Mon Mothma officially like does anything.
So here's where I kept on getting confused watching this episode, because I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, 5 BBY. 5 years before Andor happens, before Death Star explodes.
During Rebel Season 1, by the way.
Right. It's like right during the Rebel Season 1.
Specifically during the first episode.
Well, no, because...
it's the same year.
Same year.
Like, we don't know when exactly, but it's the same year as Ezra stealing mail runs into the Ghost Crew. Yeah, that.
So from... let's say 15 BBY. 15 BBY is when Jedi Fallen Order takes place. Okay? And then 10 BBY, that's when Obi-Wan takes place. And then obviously in Bad Batch, that's like what? 6 months after...
6 months after Order 66.
Yeah, it's like it's within like that year, 6 months, whatever. So... the rebellion technically has been going on since day one of the Empire becoming the Empire, because we saw Saw Gerrera already leading people to fight,
and Enfys Nest technically, like in Solo, technically.
Mm-hmm.
So
it tracks with the theory that
But they didn't like call themselves rebels.
right, they did not. They just said they're
Like as
just
an
fighting.
organization. What I mean, like they're like, oh, they're rebellion, but they're not an actual organization like what we know of them in Rogue One.
So I
5 years later.
I think that
Oh,
everybody right now.
I,
So in the previous episode, remember how Deidre said it's too random to be random. All these different things going on with the attacks, right? And then
think
this
it's the start of an organization.
right. So that means it is random because everyone is more or less doing their own thing to fight the Empire, and then
That's the point.
then right before Rogue One, that's when everybody gets together and it becomes the rebellion we know.
Yes. You also kind of see that in Rebels also.
Right,
Keep
yeah.
that in mind
That's true. That's
later
true.
on. And that's before Rogue One. Also keep in mind. Because Bail Organa's alive still. So, yeah.
Where was I? So yeah, so like
And also Leia's more involved at this point. Like, even before the events of, Rogue One / A New Hope.
right, because we saw her in Rebels, but
Well, I'm wondering if maybe she'll show up in a potential season 2 at this rate.
it's
Because she's the same age as Ezra in Rebel season 1, and he's like 15, 16.
we will either see her or Bail in this season or the next season, or both. Correct, both.
I can see Bail showing up maybe toward the end of the season, because we are about halfway through the season already.
Yep.
And there we are confirmed season 2, so...
And this episode felt like it was almost a season finale, just because the way it ended. We'll get to it later. For me, it felt like that.
Okay. Yes, but at the same time, it didn't like wrap up everyone's story.
Fair, true.
This season, like we didn't see much of Deidre nor Cyril Karn, so yeah, it's that side of the story.
The union of a lifetime when that finally happens.
Oh my god, yeah. I'm still crossing my fingers that maybe Deidre will like realize that Cyril Karn was involved on that.
So
that mission, and she finds him at his mom's apartment on Coruscant, and they're already both on Coruscant, so that's too perfect. So,
and here's the thing I like with Andor, because watching the beginning of it when Karis and Cassian are talking to each other, and all the dialogue that happens in this, and also the costuming and all that stuff.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started on that.
It feels okay. And I know I've said this before. It doesn't feel like a Star Wars show, and that's a good thing. And the reason why is because with the movies, we have the fantastical fights and lightsabers and the Force and all this and all that jazz. This feels more grounded, and it gives us how dirty and how terrible the Empire really is.
Rogue One was kind of the same thing up until Vader showed up,
True. But I mean, we didn't see...
It made sense story-wise that he'd show up at some point.
But we still didn't see, like, why the Empire is so bad. They're bad because we're told they're bad. And they do... We saw the Emperor and Vader do bad things. But we don't see the Empire themselves do anything bad.
We don't see, like, the Imperial officers, like, doing their own thing and stuff like that.
And this Andor gives us that. It feels like... It's almost like it's based on real life. Like, we're seeing, like, them do these terrible things.
See this commanding officer's family, like...
Yeah!
Like, and they're like, whatever. Going on a business trip with him.
Yeah. We want to get out of here, but we're stuck here.
Happened.
Whatever. Like, we're on base with this guy.
Yeah.
So it begs the question again. Now, if Karis is the reason why all the strike team, this heist got together, it begs the question: what happened to Karis for him to start this?
Yeah. We kind of know they're like the other characters, like reasons why they're here, Like one dude's a stormtrooper, another Dinta's family were killed by stormtroopers. Like, what's his face? The traitor later on. The traitor, he was in an imperial prison and experienced all kinds of shit. And
Yep.
yeah, like, what's his deal?
So something terrible must have happened to Karis either, and we're probably gonna find out once Andor reads the manifesto. We're probably gonna find out.
Yeah.
But so far
I
it seems
I hope that reveals something.
everyone gets wronged by the Empire in some way, in some terrible way, for them to
Yeah.
start fighting against the Empire. Because going back to Obi-Wan, even Tala was the same way. She's like, I thought we were on the good side. I signed up as soon as we started the Empire, and I saw the things we were doing, and I said, this isn't the way.
This isn't the way.
This isn't the way, man. So yeah, I like this because again
Do you remember Vale's reasoning, or do I just not remember?
I don't think they really said why that I can remember. So Cinta, her family was slaughtered by stormtroopers, so we get that.
Yes.
Tamarin was a
Was
storm.
actually
So what happened?
the other guy, and
Tamarin.
the other guy wasn't Cameron.
Tamarin, yeah, he was a stormtrooper.
Yes.
So let's assume he was given a very terrible order, and he's like, "I'm not doing this." And
Similar to Finn. Similar to Finn.
similar to
by
Finn.
The way.
Yep, similar to Finn.
Finn like I immediately thought of Finn
Same.
when that was revealed.
Same.
And oh god, yeah.
And I'm sure it was on purpose because it's like,
Oh, for sure.
because they're like, look, stormtroopers can be the everyman. Like they're not just like white dudes in
Yeah.
white armor. Like it's whoever
Yeah,
signed up,
dude.
they're a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
But
We
yeah,
also saw that in Bad Batch as well, but I'm just
that's true. Yeah, but it's the first time live action. A lot of these fans who get upset are like only caring about the live action stuff.
Over Finn being a stormtrooper and also a more sensitive person, like yeah.
But okay, so Cinta, family was slaughtered by stormtroopers.
Yes.
Tamarin was a stormtrooper.
Finn was a stormtrooper.
Lieutenant.
God, imagine their first meeting.
I know, right? Lieutenant
Oh
Gorn
man.
fell in love with Aldani woman, and they basically got rid of her. So he's like, "Fuck this." Vel, we're not sure yet. The traitor had a brother, I guess, but he was in prison. That's probably why he's fighting.
Supposed brother.
Supposed
I
brother.
honestly don't know if he was telling the truth or not.
Right.
Or if he said, "Oh, I don't have a brother because he's dead," you know.
Right.
Yeah. Still.
So we don't know what happened to Nemec or Vel. Everyone else we more or less know, except for those two.
Yeah.
So Vel,
Um,
we're probably gonna find out. I'm sure.
fully.
And Nemec, we're probably gonna find out also. But yeah, it's just something happened to this dude for him to be, like on the rebellion for sure.
Him to also not sleep is kind of also a hint for me. I don't know. I feel like that has something to do with him not sleeping.
What, his backstory?
Backstory? Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
Kind of like in the polar opposite of Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. I don't know.
like
I don't know why I came to that conclusion. Like, Jesus. Like, oh god.
Like, I want to say
wait,
that
yeah,
the reason why he couldn't
probably
sleep was
is.
because he was anxious, because like, he's finally going to do the thing he's been thinking about for
Yeah.
for however long he's been thinking about this. Like, however long he's been planning this. But yeah, it's
No, maybe my personal theory. Maybe his family were with the Empire, and he's like, "Fuck that, no."
maybe, or they were
No.
taken by the Empire, or
Or-
who knows?
yeah.
Who knows?
No, we'll see. Maybe he had like a best friend that he trusted so much, and turned out he was an Imperial spy or something. I don't know.
Ooh.
Oh god. I'm coming up with the angst theories here. My god.
I didn't think of that. Ooh.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Oh man.
That's some good. Yeah. I mean,
Oh man. Oh man.
like we'll find out the next episode, but it's like it's a very foreboding scene because obviously now we know later what happens to him.
Ugh.
Andor's not even batting an eye. He's just like, whatever. I've done this before. Of all, and Nemec's right. Like, Andor, he has nothing to really fight for except for money, and he's not nervous at all. He's like, we're gonna go in there, we're gonna do the job, we'll be back out, and it's fine. So, I mean, we know this already as the audience, but we know it's not Andor's first time doing this, you know?
Right.
But it sets us up, and it's, again, foreboding. But then we go to the garrison, and Commandant J-Hold, that guy, he's basically describing the Adani and the Adani people, and fudge does it really paint a picture of how they just kind of destroy a culture and destroy a people, you know?
It's very jarring to see, like, the heist happening inside while these, like, native people were, like, celebrating outside.
Yeah.
It was some tone change right there, and it was really interesting seeing that.
What I'm glad for, you know what, let's just jump around just to jump around, because it's actually a little bit more fun jumping around.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was actually happy to see that the festival, the whole, like, thing with the eye,
Yeah, exactly.
looked beautiful and dope, because...
Oh, that shot was so pretty.
And I'm sure you've seen it in other sci-fi things, even other Star Wars things, where it's like they build up this event, and then it happens, and it's like, womp womp. I'm like, oh, really? That's...
How come this event's never brought up in Star Wars, period? Like, that was freaking awesome. Like...
Honestly, the way I took it is because the Empire succeeded and destroyed their culture. Because think about how...
I'm talking about the whole event in the sky, not the celebration.
No, that's what I mean. It's probably just like...
Oh, okay.
The Empire took over.
Yeah.
No one else is allowed
I guess
there.
that's symbolism for that.
Yeah. Because think about the Jedi. The Jedi have only been gone for like 19 years, and they're now thought of as a myth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like in
True.
And like in The Mandalorian, the way like the armorer talks about the Jedi, it's almost like she talks about them 100 years ago. Like they didn't exist just 2 decades ago.
And to be fair, Luke was technically the last Jedi at that point.
Correct. Exactly. And he's still considered like a legend. No one even knows who Luke is. Set like 10 years after the BBY. So
I mean, we see that in TFA when Rey was like, but I thought he was a myth. Like, those exact words, and that's probably how she was raised on Jakku and whatnot.
So... But
still, like...
And it just goes back to proving how the Empire just erases stuff, gets rid of stuff, like...
Yeah.
So that's how the reason
kind of like real-world politics.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Literally, the Empire came in and colonized this planet, and they're like, "Yo, the thing you do is gone. You're not gonna be able to do that ever again. In fact, this is gonna be the last year you're gonna be able to do it. You don't know it's gonna be the last year, but you're gonna come back here because we need slaves to build our facility in the future. Because we're not gonna pay people. We just want you to do it because you live here."
Yeah.
And it's like, fudge, like fudge. But yeah, the whole eye event was beautiful, and the costuming of the Donnie. What'd you think of that?
Yeah. I was wondering about that because I was like, oh, more people from the rebellion. No, they're like those rebel people were like have outfits from those people because it seemed like they were the same outfits. So like. Thought like they were part of the plan or something.
So did I.
Then I was like, oh, wait, they have no idea what's going on. They ended up disguising themselves as Imperials, not as the people who probably thought. I thought they were disguised as the people about to like go in. Everybody, like that's what I thought at first. I was like, oh,
same.
That kind of heist. Okay.
Same.
Oh yeah.
Because like
rogue detachment costumes. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Because especially the way the the chieftain or like the village elder, whatever, the way he was talking to the Imperials, like it did seem like they were going to do an attack as well during all of this. But no, he just has a disdain for the Imperials because he knows what they did to his culture, their world, their everything, for lack of a better word, like fudgesicle, like super fudgesicle. But I loved how the attention to detail to the Donnie and like those people coming in for their party, their like Stonehenge rave, basically under the stars. Like their costumes look dope. Like I would love to see like 20 people dressed as them at Star Wars Celebration, just like walking around like hermits.
I can see that happening. I can see that happening at Celebration, like people doing like a group, like kind of like, you know how people do running of the hoods at Celebration?
Yep.
Do something similar with those people, like, you know.
And
that would be pretty dope.
And for those of you who don't know what that is, the running of the hoods is basically, remember in Empire Strikes Back, everybody, when people were running away and you see that one guy in the orange jumpsuit holding like what we now know as a safe, running away in the background? That's the running of the hoods. People all dress up like him. And there's at least 50 of them. Like they roll deep usually.
So many.
Yeah.
There's more than 50.
And they all carry the thing. They have like the wig and the mustache, and they just parade around like.
And they yell, "Save for the rebellion! Save the ice cream!"
Mm-hmm. Or like what I always love watching with them is whoever's leading it will do something, and the rest will follow it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's. Yeah.
It's so awesome. I know several friends who participate in that every year at Celebration, so it looks really fun to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Some years there's like, especially recently, and again we'll go back to Andor friends, but like recently there's been guys dressed as the boom mic operator with the pink shorts.
Yeah, I'm friends with people. Well, I'm friends with one of them who dressed up as the boom mic guy, and they're really awesome.
They are so great, and they're like walking with them too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I hope
at Celebration, but at Dragon Con they were dressed up as the boom mic guy, and it's amazing.
So hopefully we see. Millie hopes to see like a Celebration, people dress up as the Donnie people, the indigenous Donnie people of this planet, and doing the same thing because it is pretty cool. What were your
Celebration Europe is in April, so we have time,
I
guess.
We do. What I liked about this episode is we saw a fair amount of firsts in this episode. Like Val and Cinta like rappelling down the side of the wall like in live action. Like that was cool. What's up?
Yeah, I think we saw that in the Clone Wars first.
Right.
Like, people actually diving. Technically also in Phantom Menace, but I don't know if that counts.
Oh, yeah, with
yeah.
when they're firing the cables on the building and, like, true. Yeah.
But then they did it Clone Wars, and then eventually Bad Batch Season 1 around Camino. So... But this is a first in live action in quite a while, so pretty cool to see scuba suits.
First time we saw that. Action. First time we see actual, I guess, sabotage, because like Vel sabotages like their comms. And
yeah,
I was like,
you're right.
Yeah, because I was thinking like, did we ever see that before? Ever like actual sabotage of stuff? Like.
Now when Luke and Han like broke into the Death Star and disguised themselves as stormtroopers, like they didn't do any of those things. They didn't know what they were doing.
Nope.
So
they just went in. Hey, can you help us out with this? And they just.
Imagine if Belle was on that mission. Like she would have been like, I got this.
Yep. She's like, I got this hands down,
giving
homie.
me more reasons to cosplay her. So.
Dude,
I have the hair for it. So.
Dude, like I'm like watching her in this episode. I'm like, oh my god, this is Millie, hands down. Like the facial structure and just like this
exactly.
I'm like, this is Millie, hands down, man. Millie, hands down.
Just do a side by side of just me and Vale, like pretty much twins at this point.
But yeah, we saw the rappelling. we saw like the whole water thing, like they're like when they're holding onto like that little jet ski underwater and just going like Solid Snake style to the garrison. What else? We finally saw people using the bathroom in this. Like that was odd, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Surprised they didn't refer to the bathrooms as refreshers, as said in Galaxy's Edge. I want stuff from Galaxy's Edge. I mean, yes, we saw the blue milk and green milk, as probably your yellow milk. I don't know. And the blue noodles we saw before.
We saw. I'm not sure. I didn't look it up beforehand. Let me look at Wikipedia right now, see if it's a thing. But we saw guards playing. We saw regular dudes playing cards, like those dudes, like and.
Oh yeah. You can actually like buy like a sabacc set, I think, at Galaxy's Edge.
But were they playing sabacc? Like it didn't look like sabacc.
I didn't pay attention much. It looked like it was a card game. I didn't know if it was sabacc or not because I didn't pay attention much.
Mm-hmm. Like, hang on, let me look. Let me just look on Wikipedia really quick and see if they mention it.
Also, just remembered Wikipedia does know that we exist because they have liked our tweet.
They have.
So,
they have.
shout out to Wikipedia for information regarding this episode and also for watching our content. So thank you for the like. Yes, thank you for checking us out. So, shout out there. So
outside gorgeous.
I'm sure like on the list of like I guess objects would be like what they were playing, I guess, in the link I sent you.
That's what I'm looking at right now. Like
yeah, like I do not remember if they were playing sabacc or not. They were playing a card game, but oh my god, when the commanding officer was struggling to put on his belt, I felt that.
Mm-hmm.
As a costumer. That was so funny. Like I laughed out loud so much, and like I honestly want to get that shot and see what the actual like in canon like belt like buckle thing looks like how they actually put it on in universe, because I know like people on Etsy make Imperial belts differently like every time, so I'm very curious to see how they're actually built in canon. How they were made in canon.
And that's the other thing I love about this episode. Just this series in general, or like what we're getting from like a lot of the Disney stuff, is the costuming we're getting out of this is so dope. Like the way the guards are dressed, or regular soldiers. Or
the commanding officer costume is also new. We've never seen anything like it before.
Mm-hmm. I know, and like or like the weird trench coat. We saw a trench coat in Obi-Wan. That was like the first time we saw it. But there's like that. We actually see the trench coat being used now, which looks dope.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it was like a longer version of his tunic as well. I have to watch it again, but I think he also had like a longer bottom of the tunic as well. I don't remember. I was like, oh my god, he has different variations. That's pretty neat. So
whatever game they're playing,
crazy
the cards are like this big. Like they're very like kind of like small hexagonal cards.
I mean, to be fair, these sabacc cards are kind of also weirdly sized as well. Like sometimes it's like a big, sometimes it's like wicked small, like at Galaxy's Edge. So I don't know.
But sabacc, the cards are even though they're oddly shaped, they're kind of like rectangular, where these are the size of a coin. They're like equal shapes on all sides, and they're saying like hexa when they're putting stuff down. Wikipedia. I know it's like in my face.
Could be just an unknown card game we've never seen before.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I'm sure. Like maybe the audio like what's it called? The audio like description of the episode might say what it is. if you watch the audio description version of it for like the visually impaired viewers,
Oh, I
like,
didn't think of that.
like yeah, like maybe that will reveal what they're playing because like I don't know. But that would be an interesting reveal if that's the case. But
So Wikipedia does not say what
okay, no,
they're playing.
Wikipedia actually says gambling and then Hexa, Hegsba, and Hoxla.
So yeah, that's what they're saying.
Under gambling.
They're gambling, but that's what they're
but
saying when they're putting the cards down. But they don't say what the card game is.
this is gambling on Wikipedia.
Because like one of the guards says, $40 or 40 credits. The other guy says like I'm in. So they're definitely playing. They're playing something. I just don't know what they're playing, and I'm sure by the time this releases, it'll be revealed and we'll know. Definitely put in the comments, hint, nudge, nudge to interact with this video. If you find out what it is later on. But yeah, we saw gambling and we saw like soldiers being soldiers playing, which is a first. I'm trying to think if we ever saw that ever again anywhere in Star Wars.
I mean, in The Last Jedi, you literally on, that gambling planet,
Oh,
to a casino.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know right about when Finn and Rose go there. But it's the first time we see like just regular
it's
soldiers.
literally a casino they went to, and
Yeah.
they were gambling at the casino, like.
Fair. Well, I mean,
So we do see that, and we do see people gamble, and also obviously sabacc is a form of gambling. So like,
but I'm saying like just regular soldiers doing it. We never seen like
yeah,
the bad
we
guys
see that
doing
in TLJ.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think if there's any weird firsts that were in this that we never saw before. A heart attack. We saw a fucking heart attack for the first time in Star Wars.
Did I thought he legit passed out, but no, he had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Also, hostages, like.
Yeah. Good guys taking hostages and like fuck, like fuck, man.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Yeah. Like this episode gave.
I hope the wife and kid are okay after that nonsense. Because my goodness, like they probably had no freaking idea.
If they did not believe in the Empire and Imperial principles beforehand, they definitely do now. Cause like they put yourself in the perspective of like the mom and the kid. You get freaking.
They actually have names too, which were revealed in the credits.
He says it when he says them when he's getting dressed. Like.
Yeah.
Also, I just don't remember what the name. I didn't write the names down. I don't remember what the names are, but.
Their names are. Let me scroll up. Their names are. J-Hold is the commanding officer. Leonard Behaz is the son.
Yep, Leonard.
Leonard and Roboda Behaz is the wife.
Yep. Yeah, like we saw his family get arrested or get taken hostages. I'm sure they're going to be part of the Empire after this, like forever now, because they're taken hostage, and then when they're finally released, we're going to find out.
No.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Maybe they'll reconsider. Feel like maybe the Empire ain't so good.
Yeah, but I really doubt the Empire's going to tell them that their dad died of a heart attack. They're going to say he got executed by these rebels. Or
True.
That's how it's going to be spun. I guarantee, like.
Maybe, or I mean, maybe Deidre will find out about this as well, and maybe she'll connect the dots with Andor and the rebellion thing.
You think so? Because like, after this whole heist, like, shit gets thick. Because, like, an ISB, man, it got, like this whole...
Didn't that whole meeting, say, that whole scene with the meeting with the ISB people are like, oh, that them finding out about this and Deidre connecting the dots and stuff.
Like, the whole meeting was we need all of your emergency. Hang on, let me look it up. Let me find it on Disney Plus.
I'm 100% sure Deidre will. This event, she will realize that he was right.
So
She will connect the dots.
the main guy, basically, so everyone's like running in to like the ISB, including Deidre and her assistant. And Partagaz says, "Don't get comfortable. No one is going home. Tell your staff, tell your families. I want every star sector and planetary emergency retaliation plan in the building ready for presentation by midnight." So he's like, and that's the whole scene. It's like 10 seconds of him saying,
It went by so quick.
yeah. And it's like 10 seconds of get your shit together. Stuff went down. Because, like, if you look at it from the Imperial's perspective, these rebels basically got into a garrison and stole all of their shit, like their money. That's like
Aliens, yeah.
a band of people breaking into like Fort Knox and just rolling up in there.
A bunch of criminals, basically, yeah.
And just robbing everybody and getting out scot-free. I mean, sure, people unfortunately died on our side, but like, yeah, and that's how the Imperials are looking at it. And it's like, shit got thick in this episode. Like, fudge. I also caught, like, when I was watching this,
One of them were left behind in disguise. So.
Yeah. So okay. So let's go down to our.
We should talk about like the casualties and the fates of people that were involved. Sadly.
Yeah. So.
Where do we begin? I guess the very start.
Gorn gets.
Which I didn't realize Gorn was shot until like he didn't get on the ship. Like it was a hit and miss intended, sadly. Hit and not miss, I should say. God, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, like Gorn got the first shot, and then it was Tamarin.
Yeah, Tamarin. So
then, yeah.
So the Tamarin scene like pissed me off because one, he tells Skeen, "Yo, cover me real quick. I'm gonna run out there and help Vel. She's pinned down." So Skeen starts firing, and he takes out the stormtrooper, whatever, and like Tamarin runs out, and I think this is where Skeen was already planning his betrayal, because I'll watch it a third time. I'll probably be wrong, but he fires, hides. Tamarin runs out, and as soon as Tamarin gets out, he gets shot. Like he's no longer covering him. He made it seem like, all right, you're good. I got the guy. Tamarin runs out, boom, and then like Skeen takes the dude out. So I honestly think right when the attack was happening, that's when Skeen is like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna try to take out as many of my own people as I can, and like try to escape with the moolah. But yeah, Tamarin goes down, and then they escape, and then poor freaking Nemec gets crushed by like the loot they just robbed.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
And that's another first we kind of saw. Well, no, we didn't see that. We've seen it before with R2-D2, but we actually saw like people standing, ship take off, and they're like, fuck! Like they fly off from the inertia.
Yeah, but not a human.
Yeah, true, fair. First time we've seen a human that happened to a human, and yeah, Nemec, and it's so sad because he's like, I can't feel my legs, and you're like, oh. You know, like, let that be the only thing that's wrong with him, just legs, because, you know, he can still come out of that.
I wanted to see, like, a wheelchair-bound Nemec in Star Wars canon. Like, give me wheelchair-bound Star Wars characters. That would be dope. But sadly, that was not the case.
Nope. And then we get to the whatever planet they're on where the doctor's at. And the doctor, I thought it was, I don't know about you, but as soon as we saw the doctor, I thought it was like Maz Kanata's race.
No, it wasn't. No, no.
Like, I mean, yeah, I know it wasn't, but it's like, yeah, I think it was.
Forums are practical, though. I did find out later that they were practical. Like, they actually had, like, creature performers as, like, the second hand of arms, while the actual actors, like, own. Yeah, it's pretty
Really?
cool. He has, like, a Twitter and everything. It's awesome.
Oh my god, that is so cool.
I just followed him on Twitter, like, today or something. It's pretty cool.
And that's what. Not that I hate the volume that was used in previous Star Wars shows.
Saying the arms weren't CGI, they were practical.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. It's like, I love how much practical they're shooting on location. They're using the practical effects of the arm. Because it looked good. It looked really goddamn
On a
good.
set as well.
Yeah.
Scenes.
So this whole, and I've said it a billion times, this whole series looks gorgeous, man. Like, so gorgeous.
Like a film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll watch it here while I'm like, writing the notes and like adding stuff, but then I'll watch it in the big TV in my living room. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, it looks even better in there. I'm like,
Yeah. I always prefer watching it on the big TV versus the computer.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So yeah, Skeen gets and this is where they're there, and Skeen's like, hey, yo, there's like about 80 million in that thing. We can like leave and
I never trusted him anyway. Like I never got good vibes from him.
You called it too. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, God damn it, Millie. Like, if we bet on this, I would have lost.
I watched too much Star Wars.
I know.
I watched too much Star Wars.
Like, I thought I watched a lot.
Actually,
Holy shit.
I did not remember my prediction for Skeen, and yeah. Refresh my memory what I said about him. Like, I never trusted him.
Literally that. He said, I don't trust him. He's gonna double cross him somewhere. She's like, you said either A, he's gonna kill people during the heist, or B, he's gonna alert the guards. Like, yo, we're about to rob you, and that's how he's gonna betray everybody.
Yeah.
So
okay.
you called it, like,
Once
hardcore.
again, I have called this episode. Jesus. I hope I am wrong about the next predictions I'll make in the future. God. Make me the writer of this show. God.
I like that Andor was the one who took him out.
Yeah.
Like, that felt right. I mean,
The tension between him and Vale, like when he revealed that he killed, was, out of context as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and Cinta was left behind. They left her behind.
Cinta was left behind, and she was in an Imperial officer uniform.
And if it wasn't apparent in the previous 2-3 episodes that Val and Cinta were a thing, it's pretty apparent now.
Super obvious now. Like, them holding hands, like, looking, like, even before they went on the heist and stuff.
And the look she gave her, looked like she was
obvious.
It looked like she was gonna give her a kiss. Like, it almost like she kind of like lurched forward and she was like, "Nah, I probably shouldn't," because I haven't looked yet, obviously. But I would just love to see how many neckbeards are losing it over this.
I haven't seen anything regarding that yet, and it's been a day, so.
Because not only, and this is the thing that made me laugh about it and why I loved it so much, not only do we have, like, lesbians again in Star Wars, we have,
again,
like,
in live action.
In live action.
Well, again, yes.
But they are also an interracial couple. So,
Exactly like the Rise of Skywalker.
So it's like, ah!
Had that in Rise of Skywalker as well.
We did. Did you know I actually...
The background. They kissed each other in the background in the Rise of Skywalker.
Do you know what?
Rewatch it.
Actually, when I saw this, I actually looked at the characters for the Rise of Skywalker to see if that's Vel later on.
No,
it's not.
They're different characters.
Yeah, they're completely different.
Different names.
But I'm like, oh.
I know their officer names because I'm part of the detachment that they're in, and I did the galleries for both of them, so
that's
their character names and such. So
that's
you're
true.
wrong about that.
But I mean, I figured, that'd be kind of cool if, like, we that's a younger version, like a younger her or something. Hell, it could be.
Oh.
Val might not even be her name.
Oh.
Just saying, man.
I mean, yes, people change their names in Star Wars, but then again, like, no.
But
they're two different characters.
I know
better.
Just as well as I know, Star Wars is notorious for retconning stuff.
That's true. Then again, it's the future, so.
Like, they're notorious for it. Like, they could easily say, "Oh yeah, that was her back in the day."
They retcon their own canon. It's true. It's okay. Yeah.
They did it with Rex. Like, he's supposed to be like on Andor.
Yeah, that's true.
So
in one of the like golden books, he is on Andor.
So we'll see. Like I thought it was great. I'm like, oh, I just want to see so many neckbeards like fucking lose it, like just go nuts.
But that means Rex would have to show up in Ahsoka.
He probably does. We don't know. We might see an older Tamora Morrison, like...
I mean, he had the beard in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep.
When he was like an older clone.
So...
Streets with the beard.
You don't know, man. Like...
And he already has the bald head for Rex, so...
Yep.
Man, Rex.
I also saw some other foreshadowing for Nemec in the notes I wrote when he's setting up the little control thing to navigate through the whole like eye ceremony or the whole like thing. Andor's like, "Come on, let's go," and Nemec goes, says, "I'll be right behind you." It's like, oh, everyone says that when they're about to die in every single thing.
No.
Like, quick, they're coming. Go, I'll be right behind you. It's like whenever you hear that, the character who says it is going to fucking die. Like, I jumped out of my chair, like, going, "No! Don't say that! No!"
I feel like the deaths in Rogue One now hit harder, knowing he has also witnessed for a second set of teammates die all at once.
So, now here's the thing that's like, that kind of like scrambled my noodle a little bit after all this went down. One, this is probably not the first time that Andor has happened to Andor. It might make
the show.
This might be that.
Oh.
That might be this might not be the first time he's lost teammates.
Yeah, because of the flashback scene.
Flashback scene and what he says to Luthen when he fought for whatever when he was like 15 or something.
Right, gotcha, yeah.
So it's not the first time he's seen it. Second,
we didn't see the stepfather die on screen, so.
Secondly, he basically did his job and he's out. Like, he didn't take the credits.
God, yeah.
He did his job and he's out. He's like, "I did my job. I'm getting paid. I'm taking what that's owed.
Take my Kyber crystal that your friend gave me. I don't want it.
I'm out."
So. I wonder if he kept it.
He gave it to her. No, he gives it to Val.
He gave it. Okay.
So it makes you wonder, what makes him switch to join the rebellion full time?
Yeah, I think in one of the trailers, like, Vale counters stormtroopers, so we will see her again. I think, actually, no, wait. On her Wikipedia, it says something very interesting that I didn't remember seeing in any trailer.
Oh.
There's a Wikipedia article. I have to go to her page real quick. Goodness gracious. After Aldhani, this notes, she eventually met Senator Mon Mothma during the Imperial era.
So wait, hold up.
Her Wikipedia page, after Aldhani.
Hold up.
Vale Sartha's Wikipedia page.
Hang on, let me click on the link for her on here. I believe you, but...
Hold on, what is the... Trailer? Really? The official trailer. Oh, I probably missed that and I didn't pay attention.
I mean, a lot happened in those trailers.
I have to rewatch that now I've seen this episode.
Oh, yeah, there she is. There's a screenshot of her. She eventually met Senator Mon Mothma during the Imperial era.
I wonder if she'll join.
Oh, I'm sure she's already part of it.
Yeah, or she is one of the founders, at least.
Tales of the Jedi poster art. Mon Mothma arrives in Andor. And, trying to see if there's sources for her, but no other appearances.
The source to that statement is from the trailer. So that's all we get.
Okay. All right.
If you click on the 2 thing, it will take you to the trailer link at the very bottom of the Wikipedia page.
Okay, so official Disney trailer, yeah. Okay, so she's not in other media that we're unaware of.
Oh, we all missed that. Like I don't remember.
Oh, we saw the Imperial Senate in this episode finally.
Yes, we did.
And I was like kind of shocked by how empty. Shocked, but not really shocked by how empty the Imperial Senate is.
Yeah, that's true. I was hoping to see Bail and Rhea.
I mean, they
were all Imperial Senate.
But is it possible that no, he didn't, because that it doesn't allude to that.
Early, no.
Oh yeah, there it is. She is talking to her, like on Coruscant.
The picture.
No, in the trailer.
Coruscant, really?
It looks like Coruscant.
Wait a minute. Now I have to see the trailer. I need to mute. Hold on. I need to mute this video. Coruscant? What's the timestamp?
Hang on, let me find that for you.
I'm on it right now. I just want to know what timestamp.
I don't know the timestamp. That's what I'm looking for.
My God, now I want to. Stormtroopers.
It's a blink if you miss it type of.
We didn't. First shot, we didn't see it.
Come on. Them on the mountain.
Is it blinking?
38.
Okay, we saw that.
38 seconds in.
8 seconds in.
So those of you watching at home, if I don't get a chance to edit this into it.
Oh, shit.
Right? That's her. That is Vel.
Oh, shit. Okay. Why is she dressed like that? Oh, wait. Maybe. Oh.
What do you got?
Because her and Luthen both, they already knew each other. So maybe, she also has a disguise for, when she goes to Coruscant. Similar to Luthen, and that's how she meets my mom. Bro, I figured it out. Immediately.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna go with it.
Maybe she has a Imperial Senate persona.
Maybe.
That's her disguise. That's her in disguise persona.
So
Luthen's I don't know.
In the sequel trilogy, in the Rise of Skywalker, what is that name of the officer who has the lady she kisses and the celebration at the Rise of Skywalker?
Hold on. Ah! I do know this. Hold on, I do know this. Trust me, I do know this. Let me cut this out. I'm gonna look at it right now. Galactic Strategic Command. I do have a gallery for her. I will confirm. So... and costume galleries, movies, Rise of Skywalker.
So again, for those of you watching at home, if I don't get a chance to edit this in, the Andor official trailer, it's 38 seconds in. We see Vel talking to Mon Mothma, and it looks like on Coruscant.
That's exactly on they're exactly on Coruscant. It looks exactly like what we've seen of Coruscant so far.
And it looks like Mon Mothma's place. That looks like her place.
Again, she could be disguised as an Imperial Senator.
Mm-hmm.
Persona type person.
Like,
maybe. Oh God. Okay.
I am totally going with that she is that character in The
No.
Last Jedi.
No, she's definitely not. Because, oh God, distance officers. Go into Wikipedia because I cannot place a name. Have a name. I should know. But military officers. Larma Diasi.
Larma Diasi. Okay.
Yes.
I know her name is Vel Sartha. I know that. But that could be an alias she's using to do the stuff she's doing in Aldani. And I'm just going to go with it just in case, because Star Wars is notorious. Notorious. Even when Lucas had it for like retconning their stuff. But yeah, well, I mean, like I said, we saw the Imperial Senate, and it was super fucking empty, shockingly. And whatever this is big, also, because if you notice, the Empire. So here's my other thing about this whole episode. At the end of it, when like everyone's getting news about the heist on Aldani, right? The Empire is nothing but covering shit up, right? Or altering history. Like, for instance, on Jeddah, it was a mining accident. The reason why the city got destroyed. It wasn't actually them testing the Death Star. Why did they let this get out?
The heist?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something they would cover up?
Maybe. Actually, no. The sergeant dude that barged in could have said something.
Right, but if you're
Who else would have?
But if you're watching, the sergeant dude probably told his officers.
His officers.
And it was probably internal to the Empire and all those people. But if you look,
because obviously the commanding officer died of a heart attack, or maybe the wife and son said something about it.
Because like at the end of this episode, Mon Mothma's talking at the Imperial Senate, and no one's even paying attention.
We don't know what happened to the wife and son, right?
Right, but like that's so that's what I'm getting to, where it's like, this is something that the Empire would have covered up. No one would have known about it. It'd been like, this had never happened.
Sure.
Nothing's happening. Everything's fine. There's a miscounting in like accounting or whatever. We misplaced where the money is, but it's there. But at the end of this episode, people are looking at their little data pads, and they know a heist happened. And in Luton's shop, the guy's like, "Yo, do you have anything from Aldani? I guess the rebels hit like a air garrison there. Why not cover that up?"
What if Skeed was like an Imperial spy?
I mean, possibly.
Like he wanted to betray everybody, so maybe that was his plan. Maybe.
I'm just wondering how the Empire is going to spin the
story. Definitely Vale or like Ensign Vale were definitely not a part of getting that out there. Definitely not, for sure. I don't know. God. Either the wife and son, the sergeant, or Skeed before his death. He already had this all planned out. I don't know. I don't know how long he wanted to betray them for, or how long he planned this out, but
I think you're correct. It's the wife and son. They're the ones that probably leaked this.
We don't know what happened to them.
We don't. Yeah. I'm just wondering how the Empire is going to spin this to their favor in the next couple episodes. Because this is something that I don't think the way they paint the Empire and now, I don't think it's something they would have released.
No way they would. They would no way they would sugarcoat a freaking heist. Like, how would they sugarcoat a heist, you know?
Oh, I'm saying they add stuff to it. Like, there was a bunch of rebels, like 40, 50 of them. They came, they murdered the whole... They'll probably say something like they murdered the Aldani people during this heist. We need more support for taking out the rebels.
That's a good point.
I'm telling you, like, they're gonna spin this into like something fucked up, and it's gonna be in their favor, and we're gonna see this get kind of hairy really damn quick. But that's my take on it. I don't know. Like, we'll see what this turns into. But yeah, like, this episode had a lot happen in it all at once. Any closing thoughts? Anything we might have missed for this episode, you think?
Any predictions for next episode?
So I predict, just to reiterate what I said before, that the Empire is going to spin this for more support for what they're doing, for taking over worlds and bringing order to the galaxy. We might see, it might be too soon, but we might see Andor fight for the rebellion more after reading Nemec's manifesto. Like, he'll read something in there. We're going to find out why he was fighting for it.
Maybe, yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. From here, like, I don't know where this is going to go. Like, the heist is done.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Vale meets Mon Mothma at some point, apparently in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
She's dressed like a senator. It looks from what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the trailer right now, and it looks like she's disguised as a senator. Some sort, an imperial senator. Similar to how, like, Luthen is dressed. Disguise himself from the... So he doesn't catch any suspecting Imperials. Meanwhile, Cinta's stuck on Aldhani.
Dressed as an officer, like.
Just as an officer.
Is she Aldhani? I don't remember. I don't remember if they said she's Aldhani or not. Is she like Aldhani from there? I don't remember.
Cinta from Aldhani? I don't know.
Like, I don't remember if that's like her. Hang on, let me look at.
I don't know.
Wikipedia and see what.
I don't think it's specified anything.
Cinta was a human female member of Vel Sartha's team on a mission to break into the army of the Aldhani garrison on the Aldhani and steal the Imperial payroll. Cinta Kaz was a human female who operated with Vel Sartha. Kaz's entire family had been killed by stormtroopers. The team mission was stealing... Yeah, it doesn't say if she's Aldhani.
No. What we know of is from a specific in it.
Because that team. That would make the most sense to me, that she was originally Aldhani. She dresses as an officer to, like, get out, and then she goes with the Aldhani.
I mean, then again, yeah. No, man.
So that means either A, Val has to go back and get her, or Cinta has to, like, somehow get off world.
Maybe Cinta can, like, sneak into Coruscant as an Imperial officer, and her and Vale have that could happen. I mean, because Coruscant is, like, the Imperial capital now, so makes sense, right?
What are your predictions that you're so frightened to get right?
Let's see. Well, I want my prediction of Vale disguising herself be a senator, an Imperial senator, be true, because it looks exactly like it looks like to be a senator. Like, she has to know Mon Mothma, like, for a reason. So yep. I mean, her and Vale, her and Cinta, reheading on Coruscant in disguise, obviously. Like, let's see, I don't remember anything else in the trailer that I remember, but, like, my two predictions so far, I guess. I want more Cyril and Deidre's shenanigans and stuff. I wonder. I mean, if my theory of Sintra going to Coruscant is true, maybe Sintra will meet up with Deidre and she'll tell her the details.
Ooh.
And maybe I don't know. I'm just throwing the ball around. Like they're both on the poster, so I don't know. They need more screen time if that's the case. So
I wonder if we'll
other than
see.
that, it's like up in the air for me.
I wonder if we'll see Andor return to Ferrix.
I mean, it looked like Ferrix when the stormtroopers arrived there.
Mm-hmm.
He was watching them in the trailer, like first shot.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if we'll see any more flashbacks. Because again, it's like now that
Doubt it.
not the heist is like done. It's like I don't know where we're gonna go now.
Although if they mention it, if he brings up his sister again, maybe
Oh yeah.
be like, still don't know about his sister. Like he said he was gonna look for her in the very first episode, but then that plot line just skewed away. Like
Maybe
I
he'll
hope he finds his sister.
maybe he'll go back to his home planet and just see if there's any clues now that he has all this money.
Maybe. I mean, you kind of see him just go away, and maybe he does. I don't know where else he would go at this point.
Cassie.
Casa.
Thank you.
Casa.
But I think that's it for tonight, my friends. Hopefully this will be released sometime sooner than the last one, so you guys can watch this before getting to the next episode of Andor. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more of us and you want to support the channel, hit the like on the bottom, give us a follow, and leave a comment. Let us know what you liked about us, what you don't like about us. If there's a specific subject you want us to talk about, reach out to us in the comments below or send us an email to ilumradiopodcast@gmail.com. If you want to find us on our socials, you can find us on Twitter at Ilum Radio, Instagram at Ilum Radio, and TikTok at Ilum Radio. If you want to find us directly and talk to us on socials and, whisper sweet nothings into our ears, where can they find you, Millie?
Excuse me. You can follow me on Twitter at me_Halpin, which is down.
Other way. There you go.
Sorry, other way. Down below here. That's my Twitter handle right there. You could also find me on Twitter and TikTok at Millie_Halpin without the ME. Just add the Millie and underscore, and that's the same thing. Slightly different handle, because that was taken for Twitter, the Twitter handle, unfortunately. So that was taken. But that's why I have two different handles. But those are my socials. If you guys want to follow my, mostly my Kingdom Hearts nonsense on Twitter and cosplay content on my Instagram. So.
If you guys want to find me, you can find me where it says down below on this side, The Bearded Menace on the Twitter. The Bearded Menace was taken and Dave the Bearded Menace was too long. So that's why it's The Bearded Menace on Twitter.
Fair enough.
On Instagram, you can find me at Dave the Bearded Menace. You'll probably find a lot of Gundam stuff. Right now I'm posting a lot of cosplay from the haunted trail I work at. So if you like looking at scary stuff, that's where that will be. If you guys want to hang out with me on a live stream, I stream on twitch.tv/DaveBeardedMenace every Tuesday and Thursday around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesdays, I do Gundam builds or Lego builds, whatever I can get my hands on. Maybe sometimes I'll paint a Warhammer figurine or two. And Thursdays,
nice.
Thank you. And then Thursdays, I do some gaming. Right now we're playing Metal Hellsinger, and it is dope. Anyway, guys, that's us for tonight, or today, whenever you're watching this. As always, like and subscribe. Be easy, stay frosty, and may the Force be with you.
You.
Peace, guys.